Hey, welcome back to the channel. I am stoked that you're here because today we're talking all about Xbox 360 double and triple packs. The Xbox 360 has been getting a lot of attention recently, and that's mainly centered around the fact that the Microsoft eStore that supports the Xbox 360 closes on July 29th, 2024. Just as it happened with the Wii U and 3DS right before the eShops for both those consoles close, game prices have started to skyrocket, and the Xbox 360 is finally becoming a collectible. Let's be realistic, the Wii U prices shot up a little and everyone got excited about it and nothing really happened. So whether or not this is a short-lived burst of excitement around the 360 is yet to be seen. But today we're going to be talking about Xbox 360 double and triple packs, bundled combinations of games that existed, and these are the 6 that I have in my collection right now. Let's kick it off with the BioShock and Oblivion double pack. These ones are bundled together with this really sweet split cover, and on the inside you've got 2 separate discs and a manual that is kind of front to back. Pretty neat combination for this one. Price charting's not really showing any movement on this one as it stands right now. Prices are sort of hovering right around the $15 Canadian mark for this one. I don't think either of these games independently are probably going to shoot up anytime either, but it is a really great way to save at least half the space by storing 2 games in one. So absolutely grab this one up, especially if you still haven't played Oblivion. And if you're a fan of Skyrim, or even if you're not, it actually still holds up really well. Oblivion's a super solid game, and I pumped a lot of hours into this one. So if you're into the sort of like RPG style game, like big immersive open world stuff, yeah, give Oblivion a shot if you haven't already. And BioShock just the same. Really killer first person shooter, fantastic game. I mean, both of these together have won like over 80 different awards, Game of the Year awards combined. So yeah, definitely worth checking both of these titles up, and still at a really good price. Next up, we've got the Gears of War double pack. Although they call this one a triple pack. It's kind of weird. This one compiles Gears of War 1, 2, and a Gears of War expansion pack called the All Fronts pack, all in the same case. 2 different discs for this one, and then your expansion pack, the All Fronts collection, is actually stored in a game code card that should be right alongside the manuals, which are actually online manuals. I'll have to check and see if those websites are even still up and running. The only release of this one is in this Platinum Hits Gray case, so if that's going to bug you as far as continuity goes on your Xbox 360 shelves, seeing this ugly gray stick out amongst all of that neon green, it's just something to keep in mind. Okay, now here's where things get interesting. I've done a little bit of research on the Microsoft Store, and from what I can tell, if you haven't used this All Fronts pack DLC by the time the eShop closes, this card is basically rendered dead. I believe the All Fronts collection is actually available without the code. I think you can purchase it, or maybe it's free, but if you have this code, or if you have this pack, or you're planning on picking up this triple pack, definitely, for one, make sure the card is in it, and it's not used, and yeah, get that installed on your Xbox 360 before the eShop closes. This one also hasn't seen any significant price changes on price charting, still sort of hovering right around that $13 Canadian mark for this one. And I have a hard time believing this one's really going to raise up in value all that much, considering Gears of War 1 and 2 are both readily available in stores in single format. But again, if you're looking to cut down on bulk and save a little bit of space on your shelves, this is a great way to do it, and a solid collection of games. Alright, let's talk about an absolutely killer triple pack on the Xbox 360, and that is the well-loved Orange Box. And the Orange Box actually exists on both the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, but from what I can tell, it seems like the PlayStation 3 has had some struggles with some frame rate issues, especially when it comes to Portal, and it doesn't really seem like any of those were patched out, so the Xbox 360 seems to be the best way to own this one. There have been no big price movements on this one as of the announcement of the eShop closure for the Xbox 360, but this is one that I definitely think will start to rise in value, albeit slowly over time, as these are 3 really killer games. Now when it comes to Team Fortress 2, from what I can tell, there are still servers available for this game online. although the numbers have dwindled down to an unbelievably small amount of people who are actually still active playing this one online. But to have a physical copy of it on a console is still really neat, whether or not you're going to log onto servers and play. So it's Half-Life 2 plus 2 expansions, which are episodes 1 and 2. An absolutely killer first-person shooter. For some reason you still haven't owned it, this is just a really cool way to play Half-Life 2. I mean, it exists on Steam, and there are definitely other ways to play it, but something about owning it for a console is just plain cool. Portal ended up being the unsung hero, as this was its first release in a physical copy, and it's such an incredible game. This was actually kind of a bite-sized version of a game and was sort of debuted in the Orange Box as an effort to see if people would actually be interested, and of course they were, and Portal ended up being sort of the surprise hit of what would become a pretty interesting 5-game compilation, the Orange Box. Okay, let's crack into a pretty common little duo pack. This is probably one you've seen before when out hunting for games for the Xbox 360, and that's Marvel Ultimate Alliance packed in with Forza Motorsport 2. It's a pretty interesting little double pack. It comes with 2 discs inside one case, and it also has 2 independent manuals. So you're really getting like almost 2 complete and separate games, except the case is a little bit weird and sort of features the front and back information on both front and back of the case, and a split spine with both game names. Right, so neither of these games are particularly rare, and the prices on price charting pretty much reflect that. This one's hovering right around 10 Canadian dollars. I don't see this one going up in value anytime soon, but again, if you're looking to save a little bit of space on your shelves and want to swap out 2 cases for one, this double pack's a great way to do that. Alright, so when hunting for copies of Ultimate Alliance, you may actually come across a Gold Edition, which is a significantly rarer copy that includes 2 character packs, a 4-character hero pack and a 4-character villain pack. Now, those actually aren't available on this copy of the game. They were available for download, but believe it or not, they've been taken off the eShop long ago, so copies of that game are a lot higher in price, and it's reflected that way on price charting, so definitely be on the lookout for the Gold Edition of Ultimate Alliance. Alright, our first real triple pack, and it's the Rogues and Outlaws collection. This one has a really interesting 3-way split down front cover, and when you crack it open, it actually has all 3 games independently. There is a small little 3-way split manual, but when you crack it open, yeah, it sort of just tells you can go ahead and download the manual online if you'd like. The Rogues and Outlaws collection is actually available on both the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, and they average right around the same price on price charting. Now, what's interesting is that this copy actually did see a big spike in value right around the same time as they announced the closure of the Microsoft eStore. As of today, this one's sitting right around $40 Canadian, and yeah, I think this one's definitely going to rise in value, so if you haven't got a copy of this one yet, it's probably a good time to start looking for one, because I see this one definitely going up in value. And it's even more bang for your buck when it comes to storage space on your shelves too. Fitting 3 games into one case is always fantastic, and 3 absolutely killer titles. Mafia 2, Borderlands 2, which is just an absolute classic. I mean, these are all award-winning games from 2K, which is super cool. I actually haven't checked out Mafia 2 before, but Borderlands 2 is absolutely worth definitely putting some time into for sure. And another interesting one, which is Spec Ops: The Line. This is actually one that's been on my radar recently, as it's kind of one of those games that, when you look at just the game case alone, doesn't seem like it'd be worth all that much, sort of a Call of Duty style game. But this one's actually seen a pretty significant spike in value, and copies of just that game alone are around the same price as this entire collection together. So if you are on the hunt for Spec Ops: The Line, just to have it to play, this triple pack is definitely good value, because just that game alone is the same cost as this triple pack. Alright, and last up, one more triple pack, and it is Trials HD, Limbo, and Splosion Man. Alright, so this is a really interesting little triple pack. We've got all 3 covers split down the middle, with Limbo taking up the most space in the front, and again, we're sharing the back cover so that we can get a little bit of info on each one, and we're also sharing a game. This one has all 3 games sitting right on one disc, and also includes the receipt. Apparently I bought this last summer for $11.44. Always cool to see that. Right now on price charting, this one is sitting right around $25 for a complete copy, and this is absolutely one that I think is going to continue to rise in value, so definitely be on the lookout for a copy of this triple pack, because I think it's going nowhere but up. The main reason why I think that is because Trials HD and Splosion Man only exist in a physical copy through this collection. Trials HD for sure is available on the store to download, so if you can't find this triple pack and you want to play Trials HD, head over to the Xbox store right now and download it, or find a copy of this triple pack. You're gonna have to let me know down in the comments about Splosion Man. Not sure if that one was ever released anywhere besides this hard copy, although I'd be willing to bet that there's a digital copy on the eStore as well. You'd have to take a look at it. Now, Limbo does exist in another place, and I'll show you where. There is a double pack that exists for both copies of Inside and Limbo. This is actually available on Xbox One and PS4, so if you're just looking to check out Limbo, there are other ways to experience that title. It is a pretty cool little dark, side-scrolling 2D platformer. Love these kind of stories. A really interesting little game to check out, so if you're interested in just tracking down Limbo, there is an alternative to playing that game as well. Alright, that is 6 double and triple packs in my Xbox 360 collection. I'd love to know which double and triple compilation packs you have in yours, so hit the comment section below and let me know which ones you have, which ones you're looking for, and what you're hoping to grab up on the Xbox 360 store before it closes. If you have any recommendations, I'd love to know, because I'm always stoked to add games to the Xbox 360 collection. Hey, thanks so much for sticking around to the end for another video. I so appreciate all the comments, likes, and subscribes. All that stuff goes a long way into helping my channel grow. I absolutely appreciate it, and I will catch you on the next one.